Hello, doctors. I'm Dr. Vivek from ISHR, Hair Transplant Fellowship Academy. This video is for those doctors who are interested to add on a hair restoration division into the practice or in the medical hospital setup. So we at ISHR, an affiliate of World Society of Hair Restoration, help you both technically and business-wise, A to Z, to train you and set up your center of hair restoration with world-class technology anywhere across the globe. In this video, we are discussing some theoretical basic aspects of hair restoration so that you know more about the field of hair restoration. So in this video, doctors, let's talk about nomenclature and certain factors and points which we should remember from anatomy, physiology, and hair biology point of view if you are entering the field of hair restoration. So dear doctors, this area is called donor scalp because it donates hair follicle for you to put in the recipient scalp. This area is called recipient scalp. So hair follicles are donated or taken out from back of the scalp, and this is called recipient scalp because here they receive the hair follicle, because mostly the balding are these areas. Behind area is supposed to be a little safe donor area where the hair lasts longer up to even old age. So this is called donor scalp area. This is called recipient area. There's another donor area called donor area, the shadow area below the chin. So this is called donor beard area. Then you have full body, back, thighs. These are body hair donor area. You also have pubic area where we can take even pubic hair for hair transplantation. So this was a little about donor. It's all about hair bank. Where is the hair? Total how many number of hair follicle your patient have. Then this is called recipient area. Now recipient area also can be divided into the hairline zone, the frontal scalp, the mid scalp, the vertex, or the crown. And these areas are called temples. Beard hair transplant also happens. This is called beard recipient area. And you can extract for beard from over here or near the occipital area. So this area is called hair implantation recipient area for eyebrow transplants. This is called temple areas. Okay. Now, when we make the hairline, the front area is called transition zone or a hairline zone. Behind that is a thicker zone, more denser zone called defined zone. And the central forelock, where we give more density, is called central tuft. So this was a brief about nomenclature. These sites are called parietal scalp areas. Some people, even parietal hair has gone down. So you have to remake these hounds. So frontal scalp, mid scalp, vertex or crown, temples or parietal area. Fine. Now, hair biology. See, up till now, you know, this is the hair follicle. So the upper part is in the epidermis. The mid part is in the dermis. And the root or the dermal papilla is called the root of a hair follicle. It is at the subcutaneous tissue. Okay. Now there is an erector muscle. Once you get excited, your hair raises. So there is an erector muscle. Then you have sebaceous gland over here. Okay. Then you have inner root sheath, outer root sheath, extracellular matrix. You have cortex and medulla, the black shaft of your hair. You also have a bulge area called stem cell bulge, where there are stem cells to give color to the hair follicle. How normally hair follicle is colorless. It's the stem cells which give the color to the hair follicle. Then, you know, these are epithelial stem cells. Stem cells means regenerating cells. So it is around erector muscle and sebaceous gland. It's called mid follicle bulge. And at the dermal papilla area is the mesenchymal stem cells. These two stem cells talk to each other and create your shaft, medulla, and cortex of a hair follicle. Once they get suppressed due to stress, cortisol, they go into the silent or resting phase, Catagen and Telogen. When they get activated, if you put some products from outside to stimulate these stem cells, this Catagen hair or Telogen becomes Anagen hair follicle. So now we understood two things. One is, where are the stem cells in a hair follicle? They have a very important role. Of course, we also have an enzyme, 5-alpha reductase near the dermal papilla. Testosterone comes from testis, changes into free testosterone. Now, this particular enzyme converts free testosterone to dihydrotestosterone, DHT. Now, this DHT over here plays a negative role who are genetically predisposed for hair loss. That's why it's called androgenetic alopecia. Andro means male hormones, genetic means genetic component. So if you are carrying a gene or the gene you are carrying which is expressed, these areas, the DHT may destroy or damage your hair follicles at the level of the dermal papilla or at the level of the blood vessels. So that then your hair follicle will become thin into catagen phase and then telogen phase. So there are some enzyme here, and there is a role of DHT, the hormone, and the genetics. Traditionally, they say the back of the scalp hair are not affected by the genetics, but this is not fully true, especially after post-COVID. Yes, it's a paradox. The same DHT creates more hair over here, more hair in the body, doesn't do anything. But only in this area, the hair follicle becomes susceptible. So two important points we understood in this video is the role of DHT at the root of the hair follicle to destroy your hairs or get them into the resting or the telogen or thinning phase. Another thing we understood is there are stem cells at the mid follicle part and the dermal papilla part. They have a critical role to create new follicle, anagen follicles, thicker hair follicles. If you get stressed out, cortisol increases, they get a signal, the stem cell should become dormant, and the hair follicle will go from anagen to catagen to telogen. So a little bit biology you understood. You also understood that the root of the hair follicle, the dermal papilla, which is the root where it gets all its blood supply, that is at a subcutaneous level. Okay. Then they have phases of a hair follicle: anagen growing phase, catagen, you know, uh, the anagen, the growing phase, the catagen phase, and the resting telogen phase. So in the body, there is a different percentage of telogen anagen composition. In the beard, there is a different telogen anagen. Different follicles are at different stages of telogen anagen. Even in the whole scalp, up to 10 to 15% hair follicles are in a telogen phase. Rest are in a anagen phase. So this is what little bit we spoke on this video, understanding terminology and the basics of hair follicle and the basic terminology used in the field of hair restoration.